Good afternoon. These notes are on statistical questions. This is page 75 in our notebook for Math 6 Plus. And then if you are Math 6, 7 Plus compacted, then yours is going to be, page 67. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. A few definitions that we need to know before we can begin is that statistical questions are questions that generate a variety of answers, so make sure that you understand it's a variety of answers. And depending on the question, it can either be categorized as categorical or as numerical. Now, numerical, you might also hear me say quantitative, so quantity. Categorical, you might also hear me call it qualitative. I normally say categorical and quantitative. Numerical is fine as well. So two different kinds. So categorical, what is your favorite type of pizza? Numerical, how many pencils have you borrowed from Miss Long this year? So those are the differences between those two. So let's give some examples and non-examples of statistical questions. So what are the math quiz scores of the Puma team? What is my math score? So see how that's different. So this is a variety of answers. This is only one answer. How many letters are in the names of each person in Mrs. Jones' class versus how many letters are in my name? So this is a good example of a statistical question, and this is a bad example. So this is a non-example. And then what is the height of each person in Mrs. Eccles' class versus what is my height? So this is a good stats question. This is not a stats question. All right, so which of these can be categorized as statistical or non? So the first one, what is Sean's shirt size? I said not, because there's only one answer. How old are my friends' parents? So I have a lot of friends, so yes, there's going to be a variety. How tall are the students in Mr. Atkins' first period science class? Yes, there is variety. And then how far do teachers at Davis Drive Middle School drive to work each day? Yes, there's variety there. What are the shoe sizes of students on my bus? Yes, there's variety. How old are students at DDMS? Yes, there's variety. How old is Ashanti's mom? That's a not example, so because there's only one answer. How far does Michael swim every day? That's only one answer, so not. Then down here, identify the following data sets as categorical or numerical. So that average height of 6th graders, numerical. Favorite flavor, categorical. Hours of sleep, numerical. Arm spans of NBA players, numerical. Favorite college sports teams, categorical. Language spoken by teacher, categorical. All right, so that's all about categorical versus numerical and good stats questions versus non. Then on the inside, we've got mean, median, mode, and range. So let's take a quick little look here. So measures of central tendency describe the typical value of a data set. The three most common measures of central tendency are mean, median, and mode. Mean is your average, median is the middle, and mode is the most. So 6th grade teachers at Davis Drive Middle went bowling over spring break. Here are their scores below. So what we want to do is we want to put them in order from least to greatest. So I went ahead and put them in order already. To find the mean, we're going to add all the numbers together and then divide by how many data values that there are. So 90 plus 115 plus 120 plus 125 plus 135 plus 145 plus 160 plus 160 plus 160 plus 175 plus 205 plus 210 gives me a total of 1,830. That's not my mean. And then what I want to do with that is I want to divide by how many data sets there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Miss Locklear, please report to room 211 for your IEP. Miss Amanda Locklear, please report to room 211 for your IEP. Mr. Miller, please report to room 319. Mr. Lyle Miller, please report to room 319. Thank you.
So our average score was 152.5 points. So 152.5 points. So again, to find mean, you add up all your data and divide by how many data sets there are. To find median, you have to find the middle piece of data. So you can start right here and you just kind of inch your fingers in towards the middle. Now what you can do is you could take your pen or pencil and you can mark through the numbers to see which one it is. So it's going to be between 145 and 160, so I need to find the average between there. So the median is going to be in the middle of 145 and 160, so I need to find the middle number. Well, how do you find the middle number? You can add those two together and find their average. So 145 plus 160, divide that by 2, so 152.5 is actually the median there. So 152.5 actually ends up being the median as well. So the mean and median are the same in this case. It's not always that. Mode is the number that happened the most, so 160 is the mode. So this is the most. Okay. Now we're going to talk about range. Range is the distance between the greatest and the least value. It describes the spread of a data set. Therefore, it is not a measure of central tendency. So these are the different lengths of the snakes. So what is the range of the lengths of a snake? So you want to find the largest snake and the smallest snake. So the largest is 96. The smallest is 31. So to find the difference between those two, you just subtract 96 and 31. So 96 take away 31 gives you a difference of 65. So 65 inches. Okay. All right. Now we're going to practice doing the 4 different values: mean, median, mode, and range. So the range I think is the easiest. I went ahead and put them in order. So 6 minus 0 is just 6. So 6 minus 0 is 6. The mode is what happens the most. The 1s happen 4 times. The 3s happen 4 times. So you actually have 2 modes. So 1 and 3. So it's the one that happened the most. The median is your middle number. So we can, another way you could do it instead of just doing your fingers, you can actually mark them off as you go. So that takes care of the first and last, and then the second to second last. And you just keep doing this until you get to the middle. I had some of my 8th graders a couple of years ago, and they said that they called it chop, chop, suey. I don't know what that means, but they just went chop, 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 until they got to the middle. So 2 is the median. So median is middle. And then our mean is adding all these numbers together. So 1, 1, 1, 1, so that's 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. So I got a total of 39. And then 39 is not the mean. 39 is the totals, and then we have to divide by how many there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So 39 divided by 17 gives us about 2.29 toppings, which we're going to round down to 2. All right. So now what I would like for you to do on your own, go ahead and read these problems and try them. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's do one of them together. So this is when you are finding the missing number when you're given the mean. And this is a really cool way to actually for you to calculate what your average is in a class. So let's do this first one together, and then you'll be able to do these 4. Below is a list of the number of first in fitness competitors in my homeroom. Find the number of first in fitness students that Mrs. Jones had in her homeroom if the mean of all of her students is 6. So 2 plus 8 plus 9 plus 7 plus x plus 6 plus something divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gives me 6. So let's write that out. So 2 plus 8 plus 9 plus 7 plus 6 plus x. All of that divided by 6 gives me 6. So let's go ahead and add what we already know. So that's 10, that's 19, that's 26, that is 32. So 32 plus x divided by 6 gives me 6. All right. So, well, something divided by 6 gives me 6. I know it's 36, right? So let's go ahead and we already know that 32 plus x has got to give me 36. So x has got to be 4. So Mrs. Jones had to have 4 people in her class. All right, so what I'd like for you to do is to go ahead and try these 4 on your own. And then tomorrow, go ahead and come into class with any questions you might have. And then if you want to go ahead and comment at the bottom to ask me any questions for this evening, you can. I hope you guys have a great afternoon.